He's starting to accumulate most of the records, and every time you pass Warren Moon, you've done something pretty significant.
Especially coming off last week's game.
Jason Moss at the controls. There's number 100 for Kamau Peterson. Down to the Montreal 50-yard line as Peterson enjoys his best season in the Canadian Football League.
Well, in those years where he struggled after his tryout in the National Football League, came back, those years where he struggled in Hamilton must seem like a long, long way away now.
Numbers just about doubled from 2 and 3 years ago. Second straight 1,000-yard season since joining the Eskimos. And now the drop play. McCarty spun off the first wave and gets back to the line of scrimmage and maybe one.
Let's go back to that touchdown where Marcus Brady shows some veteran savvy here. There he is right there, quarterback in the shotgun. Now watch how he takes a look, first of all, to the right side. He's got good time up front, so he takes that read. Then he goes and takes another look. Now he's looking straight down the middle. That's the progression, going down the middle now. No one's open there. He takes a look, slides a little bit, and then just throws it up and over the top on a touchdown pass. It's showing tremendous composure, and he had some good time in that pocket.
Midway through this third quarter, Moss back to pass underneath, and McCarty has the catch. Diamond Ferry there, and McCarty dropped at the 45-yard line, and he'll be short of the first down. And now Schiavone will come out. I'm not sure that the rookie is going to be asked to try 52-yarder.
No, I think this will be the punt formation and try and put this in the corner inside the 15-yard line. See, as he takes a peek, you can see that Schiavone takes a peek to see where his target will be.
Again, Noel Prefontaine under the weather, so Schiavone, who has been here all year, gets his first chance with the Eskimos, and this is a good one. Inside the 10, fielded by Taylor, and the Eskimos get the job done, backing Montreal up after the 41-yard punt. Well, we had a special ceremony at halftime with more. Here's Sarah Orlesky.
Chris, anyone that follows the CFL knows that the Edmonton Eskimos have a very rich history. Well, tonight they honored another one of their former greats at halftime. They did a ceremony where they added Chris Morris to their wall of fame. Chris Morris becomes the 25th player. He played 14 seasons with the Eskimos, and any quarterback will tell you that a good offensive lineman can be worth his weight in gold. Morris, who played with the team from 1992 to 2005, won 3 Grey Cups before calling it a career. Chris?
Now Vice Principal Harry Ainley here in Edmonton, a class guy, and one of the last of the U of T graduates to make an impact in the CFL.
And quite a story. You know, he arrived in the Edmonton Eskimos when they had a veteran offensive line. There was an injury to Trevor Bowles up front. He got a chance to play early on in his rookie season and just did not look back. And he's a guy who went back to finish his high school and took care of his schooling and ends up becoming a teacher and then a vice principal, as you mentioned, Chris. And tremendous football player that when he said that they were doing the induction and they talked and he was in the media talking, he said it's the most he's talked in his entire career because he just was a quiet leader that got the job done.
Alouettes that close to a first down, trying to dig themselves out of this field position hole, and with just over 6 minutes left of the third quarter, hoping to close the gap on an Eskimo team that leads by 13. So Adrian McPherson will check back in. Guy I'd like to see get a chance to throw the football before this night's out as well. A great athlete he was, and Mr. Basketball and football in Florida, was a great college star, and this is about all he's gotten to do for the Alouettes in his first year as he learns the playbook and learns the Canadian game. You
know, we can't say enough about the job that Mark Trestman has done this year. locking up first place in the East in his very first season in Canadian football. I mean, he's got a great resume as a coach in the National Football League and throughout the years, but this is his first year in the CFL, and a guy who believes that this is a people business, that it's more than just moving chess players around in strategy.
First down, Emo, and a standout defensive play by the safety, Sadiq Shabazz, bringing Emo down behind the line of scrimmage.
You know, he came in and he was at the very beginning of the season, talked about how it was a steep learning curve for Mark Trestman to try and understand all the nuances of the Canadian Football League and how it is different, how to best take advantage. He listened to his veteran players, allowed them to give him all kinds of input. Just a real personable guy who really follows by not just what he says, or leads by not just what he says, but also by what he does.
2nd and 13 after the loss of 3. Brady back to pass, now steps up. Anybody open? He's found Jamel Richardson for a first down up across the 50. Jason Goss, the Eskimos, top defensive player in 2008 with the tackle, but Brady to Richardson for 34 yards.
Well, and one of the things that he improved is this offensive line play. I mentioned off the top of the show that the offensive line has given up 47 less sacks than this time last year. Just an incredible number. Now, Brady does a nice job of finding that little opening with his eyes downfield. Jock Climbing talked about it at halftime, said, you know, good quarterbacks will scramble out of there with their eyes downfield, and they won't lock into just one player. Well, Brady looked at a couple and then found Jamel Richardson, but he had good time up front again.
4 catches for Richardson, 98 for him on the season. Closing in on the century mark, Danny Derivo, and he'll be hauled down behind the line of scrimmage. Jason Goss dropped Derivo for a loss of 4, and number 4 flashes his top defensive credentials for the Eskimos in 2008.
Yeah, you got to be careful now when you throw on Jason Goss's side. He will jump routes at times. He takes calculated gambles, meaning that he's not just guessing at a play and jumping a route, but he's reading the patterns, he's reading the plays, reading the routes, and stepping up and making big plays. Couple touchdowns off interceptions this year.
8 in his career. They spot it at the 51 of Montreal, so it's a loss of 3. And again, a 2nd and 13 for Brady. And the pressure on, they knock it out of Brady's hand again, and Fred Perry's got the football. A guy who's been quiet, still looking for his first Eskimo sack, comes up with a fumble recovery as the Alouettes turn it over for the 2nd time in the second half.
Comes off the edge from the right side, and this is going to go around the horn. He's right over here in your screen. Here he comes off the edge, working one-on-one on Jeff Parrott. Comes around, slaps his hands down, and that's the key for that defensive line. If you can slap the hands down, then they can't engage. The offensive lineman can't get a hold of you, because once those big guys get a hold of you, it's tough. But Perry slapped the hands down, came around the corner, and knocked it out of Marcus Brady's hands.
Well, there's been a little heat on Fred Perry of late, and comes through with a big defensive play. Jason Moss, the former Alouette, got it to work. And he's got Greg Prater with a catch. And Prater will be brought down at the 35 by Chip Cox.
Well, it's that time of the game, as we do every single Friday night. Right there in the middle of your picture is General Walton Atinchuk, who was the chief of the defense staff of the Canadian Armed Forces, that have 8,000 troops around the world, 2,500 troops in Afghanistan. They go on 6-month rotations in the International Security Assistance Force. And I know there's often analogies made between football and war. And in reality, those men and women out there really shouldn't be, because the analogies are made because of the terminology in football more than anything, but certainly those men and women and heroes of the armed forces risk much, much more.
Not only do we want to salute those men and women under the direction of the general, but the families who are
without question. And General Walton Atinchuk, we got a chance to meet on Labor Day in Calgary. It was a tremendous day. Honor to meet him, and he is a huge Bomber fan.
Moss under pressure, under duress, and he still gets it away, and Matt Birchwell pulls it down. Wow. Jason Moss refused to go down, and they make something out of nothing. We do have an injured Eskimo lineman on the play.
And this is the part that for the coaches, they just do not want to see in a game like this. Pretty good job by Jason Moss to just fight off that pressure and dump it out there, but tough to see how.
I think it's Garrick Jones who got spun around a little bit, tried to get up, and the training staff out to work on him. Not sure how serious this is, but he has been a key guy at the left tackle position. While he gets attention, we'll step out here in the third quarter. For every sack in tonight's game, Pure Later donates the quarterback's weight in food to a local food bank. Pure Later, where business is going. Just one sack to report. Sadiq Shabazz for the Eskimos, number 32 on the year.
Yeah, Chris, this race was no contest.
No.
I mean,
and you know what? Take Cameron Wake out of there, and now we've got a race.
Yeah,
but BC would still be leading.
And BC has top 3 sack leaders. Cameron Wake at 20, Aaron Hunt at 11, and then Brett Johnson tied at 10 with Karan Williams.
Karan Williams, who we have not seen register a sack tonight. Big Garrick Jones on his feet, 6'5", 312. Let's find out what happened to the big left tackle.
Well, yeah, he's right here. I think he kind of gets caught where 2 Alouettes collide. Anwar Stewart is there. He kind of gets spun around, and did he maybe step on Karan Williams? Has he twisted?
Looks like he's going to be all right.
Yeah, that's the nightmare for coaches in a game like this, is to see a starter go down.
Tim Baker moves into right guard. Kabongo kicks out to the tackle, and Calvin Armstrong over to the left side in place of the injured lineman, and Calvin McCarty goes outside left and has 5.
Interesting matchup, these Edmonton Eskimos. They've obviously got some confidence back on the offensive side of the ball. Now they're going to go into Winnipeg, Winnipeg Blue Bombers playing maybe their best football. Well, certainly their best football after a real tough start to the season for the Bombers.
6-4 in the last 10.
Yeah, so that will be an interesting semifinal all of a sudden.
I think it's going to be a real good football game in Winnipeg. Jason Moss. Peterson, another catch for Peterson, and a first down inside the 5. What a night it is for him. Bounce back night for Kamau Peterson. Looks like a bounce back night for the Eskimos through 3 quarters here at Commonwealth.